Good morning, everybody. I am JP the Outlaw, the voice that makes them moist, your favorite color commentator, here to give you my review on Smackdown Live, September 19th, 2017. They opened the show up with Kevin Owens. They opened the show up with the incident with Kevin Owens. And Shane McMahon is back on SmackDown. He cuts a promo on Kevin Owens about his father, of course. You know, why would you attack him? You know, he's the monarch of the family. And when you attack somebody that's the monarch of the family, I will strike with great vengeance and so on and so forth. So, that's just a little build the hype for Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon. We would later see Kevin Owens in a Skype video package. I mean, not Skype video package, Skype interview later tonight on SmackDown. Aiden English versus Randy Orton. Aiden English calls Randy Orton a tool in his singing promo. It was an okay match, quick match. It actually went a little longer than expected, but again, I have the weird suspicion that Aiden English and Elias Sampson is getting over only based off of their singing promos. And in most recent weeks, they've been getting more time to go out there and do what they do as far as performing wise, as singing and so on and so forth. After the match, Rusev comes out. He says some words to Randy Orton. He wants his revenge. You embarrassed him going back to Bulgaria after SummerSlam. So now I'm going to embarrass you. So what happened here was Aiden English goes on the apron, distracts Randy Orton. Rusev, he turns around. Rusev hits him with a kick, 1, 2, 3, blindsiding Randy Orton, and also picking up the win in an embarrassing fashion, just like Orton did Rusev. Coming back off the commercial break, we're in a backstage segment with Rusev, and Rusev is ecstatic for beating Randy Orton. Now, pause right there. Randy Orton and Rusev have fought way more times than this one time. Yeah, I mean, I think it was maybe, I know it's like a handful of times, maybe 3 or 5. But I know that you are overhyped. You just beat Randy Orton. You're way hyped, too hyped. And I understand you was getting back your revenge. You can go back to Bulgaria and be the man. But based off of last week, based off of what we got last week, when you told us you have to kill a legend, this is misleading. Only thing you did was get your quick pinfall victory back. And then you go out there and act like a fucking idiot after you basically pinned the guy that just had 2 matches. Just saying. Me personally, I think that should have ended with Rusev applying the accolade onto Randy Orton after demolishing Randy Orton. Orton should have went through a table tonight. Just saying. Jinder Mahal in the in-ring segment makes fun of Nakamura again. Pretty much the same promo from last week. Only difference is that Nakamura actually had a chance to respond. All seriousness, no joking, no smiles, no goofy shit from Nakamura. He said, you know, he wants to be champion after Hell in a Cell. He was going to be champion, so take from that what you will. I'm not a big fan of Jinder Mahal as champion. Not your WWE champion. You can probably do this shit with the US championship, but not your WWE championship. And Nakamura, I like what they're doing with Nakamura. You don't see Nakamura in action every week, which is fine with me. That's fine with me. You got to start building these cats in different ways, and I think Nakamura is special enough not to be seen every week. Cool. U.S. Open Challenge. AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin. In the start of this match, Baron Corbin attacks AJ Styles from behind, which gives Ty Dillinger the opening to attack Baron Corbin. Now, when he attacked Baron Corbin, Ty Dillinger throws Baron Corbin out the ring rope. Baron Corbin twists his leg or ankle or something like that. So now he gets thrown back into the match. AJ Styles is aware that Ty Dillinger came out there and attacked him. He comes out, put the calf crusher onto the injured leg of Baron Corbin. He applies the calf crusher, picks up the victory, 1-2, with the pin, blah, blah, blah. Forgive me. Picks up the victory with the submission. Boom. Now, after the match, of course, Baron Corbin backstage, he's hot. He's going off. He wants for vengeance. He said, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to moan. I'm not going to bitch. I'm coming after Ty Dillinger. And walked off to the best of his ability. That gives us an in-ring segment with Charlotte, where, you know, she's talking about her father and the recovery and so on and so forth. Out comes Natalya. Natalya is having a celebration of women, just one particular woman, herself. But this is for all women, not just herself. You know, we all have this title and we all have this championship. You know, luckily, Charlotte says she came back in time to take the title off of Natalya. Now, of course, these sparks the other women of the Smackdown locker room, all except Carmella. But this sparks all the women of the Smackdown locker room to come out, all the good ones anyway. Becky Lynch, Naomi, and Tamina. Tamina is not one of the good ones, but Tamina's out there. Just to mention Tamina, I don't know what happened with Lana. I would have kept Lana with Rusev, because this is just a female Rusev. That's all this is. And from what I can tell, you're not picking up any wins. You're not beating the living snot out of people, you know, as far as Tamina goes. So what's the point of building her? You dig me? I don't understand that. But Daniel Bryan comes out. He makes a 4-way match to determine the number one contender for next week's episode of SmackDown Live. So, already going into this, I had my mind set on Charlotte. I told you guys, and I've been telling you guys, the closer we get to WWE WrestleMania or WrestleMania or Survivor Series, you'll see Charlotte transition into that title picture. You'll see her transition being a dominant champion. I give it either Survivor Series or maybe even WrestleMania. They may keep Charlotte on SmackDown, but I give it until these two pay-per-views where you see Charlotte picks up the victory and become your women's champion on SmackDown. New Day versus the Hype Bros. Moving on. New Day versus the Hype Bros. You got the Usos on commentary. Of course, I've heard reports about Xavier Woods being injured and also Kofi Kingston being injured. Now, how true they are, I don't know. You know, I heard he injured himself in Hawaii trying to battle back Baron Corbin, I believe. With that being said, these guys still look fresh. You can see that they wasn't trying to use Kofi that much. Big E took the grunt of the match, if anything. And Kofi was there, you know, for a couple of spins, quick pinning predicament. I think it was Zack Ryder who kicked out. So, but decent match. Good in-ring action from the New Day. Of course, they pick up the win and they taunt Jimmy and Jey Uso on commentary. Now, that takes us to the interview with Kevin Owens via Skype or something like that. And, you know, he apologizes for what happened to Vince McMahon, but he blames Shane McMahon because when I seen Vince, I thought of you. I thought all the times you screwed me out my U.S. Championship title run. Now, AJ Styles had made mention, which wouldn't surprise me at all because, again, you got one more pay-per-view, which is Hell in a Cell, and then Survivor Series. It wouldn't surprise me if Shane McMahon, puts a team together. And also wouldn't surprise me if Kevin Owens puts a team together. I think the big blow-off here will be at Survivor Series. Not Hell in a Cell. So, we'll see what they do from here. You know how the WWE is. If it was me, Team KO versus Team Shane O'Mac. And I have a strong feeling that AJ Styles is going to be on that team. Now, Kevin Owens with Baron Corbin You could do Baron Corbin, Aiden English. Who else they got over there? A Bobby Roode if he was here. You could give Baron Corbin a decent team. I kind of already see Shane O'Mac's team, but that's not here there. The Hype Bros in the backstage segment might be turning heel. You have Mojo Rawley talking to Zack Ryder about, we need to change something. I'm tired of losing on SmackDown. Like, when you came back, I started losing. When you left, I was winning, which is an obvious statement, which is true to the game. So, definitely need to change. I think this is all building up to the Hype Bros breaking up or turning heel. I would prefer them turn heel so you can have another valid heel tag team on SmackDown. Moving forward, because, I could talk about that all day, the tag team situation on SmackDown and Raw. Moving forward. Anyway, Dolph Ziggler makes fun of DX. First he comes out as Triple H. He says, oh, that's not good enough for you. He goes back, grabs the assless chaps from Shawn Michaels in a ripped up t-shirt. He comes out as HBK. But hilarious. I like Dolph Ziggler's segments. I think it's a shame that he got to leave the WWE just to get noticed, just to get valid time on TV. But don't worry. I think New Japan is going to take care of Dolph Ziggler. Long as he doesn't go to TNA or Impact Wrestling or GFW, whatever the fuck they're calling it. But, I think it's going to be one, entertaining, two, a great match. When he finally gets in the ring with Bobby Roode, and he will be missed on this side as far as an in-ring performance. I like Dolph Ziggler. And then you have the main event, a four-way match to determine the number one contender for the next women's challenge, women's match on SmackDown Live. Okay? Women's championship match on SmackDown Live. You got Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Naomi, and Tamina. This match was okay. This match was somewhat decent. I wouldn't give this the standing ovation that everybody claimed for it to be, especially SmackDown itself, like the production team on SmackDown. This is a main event. This is going to be the shit. No, it was okay. I would have been better with Charlotte, Natalya. No, Charlotte, Naomi, and Becky Lynch. That's all you need. Have a nice little three-way match. I think the last time they did a three-way match was damn near in last October. So, I would rather them build up Naomi. Naomi is smoking hot right now. If you heard that crowd reaction, that pop when she came out from the curtain, oh man, why wouldn't you push her? Why wouldn't you build her to be the next champion after Charlotte? Because I know Charlotte's going to win the title. I just don't know when. Charlotte, of course, picks up this match. She will be facing Natty next week. So we'll see how that goes. This week's SmackDown, my rating for it wasn't that pretty. It wasn't that good. I can't. Again, I think you'll get a good SmackDown show once a month. So, ever since this shake-up shit, SmackDown has been suffering, and you see why. My segments of the night, of course, Aiden English calling Randy Orton a tool, which I believe is true. Like Randy Orton, U.S. Championship match between AJ Styles and Baron Corbin. I like the finish. I like that they're building Ty Dillinger finally. So the fact that Ty Dillinger is on TV, I'm cool with. And the return of Charlotte. Again, I give this SmackDown a 2 out of 5. And that's a low rating for SmackDown. I normally go higher. I am JP the Outlaw. If you haven't had a chance to check me out on Facebook, YouTube, Wrestling Amino, don't forget about Instagram and Twitter. Hit me up. I am the Outlaw, JP. I will, interact with you guys. I'll be giving a prediction episode this week sometime, probably tomorrow. You got NXT coming up tonight. I'm going to upload that right after watching.